So I'm back at uni and it's time for another book haul. So today I went to a book fair that was a fundraiser for a local, well, not my local, but the book fair's local fire brigade. And they had like over 1,000 whole hall and a bit full of used books. Some of them are ex-library books coming from libraries. Some are just donations that have come in to the fundraiser to then sell on. And essentially, they were selling paperbacks for $1 and hardbacks for $1.50. So I picked up 16 books. In fact, I thought I picked up 17. And I think I paid for 17. But one of them's disappeared. So I'll get to that later. Okay, so let's go through the books I got. So first off, I got Blaze of Glory by Michael Pryor. This is the first book in the Laws of Magic series. This is a middle grade fantasy and follows a boy possibly at a boarding school. Yeah. I've heard very good things about this series. It's been recommended to me by work colleagues before and has all round been not really hyped, but I've heard good things. So I'm really excited to have a try and read this series. I think it's 6 books in total. Woo! So I now have the first one, essentially. And it's actually quite a nice cover. It's in pretty good nick. It's, of course, it's got contact on it because it's an ex-library book, as you can see here. But it's in pretty good nick. Then next, I picked up Room by Emma Donoghue. This is also an ex-library book. I've seen a lot of people hauling this lately. I think it's been on special at Target or something in the States. And it's essentially about a young boy who has grown up entirely in a single room and how he experiences his life in this abnormal environment, if that makes sense. This is also in pretty good nick. I've heard a lot about it. I haven't really seen many people review it to know what kind of reviews it's getting, but it has some good blurbs and it seems really interesting. Then I picked up The Cleaner of Chartres. I don't speak French. I apologise. I am probably totally butchering that. By Sally Vickers. I'm going to pronounce it Chartres. Chartres. The Cleaner of Chartres by Sally Vickers. I remember this coming in as a new release at work and I saw the cover, which is just gorgeous, by the way. Like one of the best adult covers. Like I find adult fiction have really boring covers, but this one's just lovely with the gold writing and the font and the branches and the girl and I like it. This is historical fiction, adult novel. That's about as much as I know. But I remember it coming in and I remember thinking, that looks interesting. So I picked it up. Next, I picked up Checkmate by Mallory Blackman, which is the 3rd book in the Noughts and Crosses trilogy. There's quite a few 3rd books in trilogies in this haul, but I did scour the whole fair and there was no 1st or 2nds that I could see. So I just went with it. I'm sure I'll pick up the 1st and 2nd at some point. This trilogy is essentially a dystopian following the concept that the white people were the slaves or lower race and the black people were dominant. That's about it that I know. I've heard really good things. I don't know that much about this one in particular, especially because it's a 3rd in a series, but I have heard really good things. I know this is Megan Olivier's favourite series, or at least the first one of her favourite books. And I just heard good things and I thought I'd pick it up and get around to reading it eventually because I was planning on reading it soon the series soon anyway, but I was going to get them out from the library. And again, this is an ex-library book. Then next, I got The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan. It's a bit cut off by the library barcode there, but it is Carrie Ryan. And this is a fantasy, young adult fantasy, and I don't know much more about it than that. I think it's about a girl that lives like inside a fence, and the fence is supposed to protect the town from the Forest of Hands and Teeth. It's kind of like exploration of your surroundings, etc., etc. But this is the first in a trilogy, and I think I've heard someone recommend it before, and the name sounded familiar, so I picked it up. Then next I picked up A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is probably the most damaged or misfigured book in this haul, and it's just had the barcode cut away. This apparently is a very good trilogy, the first in a very good trilogy about witches. That's about all I know, but I've always been a fan of witches and magic in general, and so fantasy. I have a feeling it's adult fantasy? Yes, adult fantasy. But I did see Benjamin of Tomes haul this recently, so I'm excited. Again, the name was familiar and I picked it up, which is kind of the theme of this haul. It was $1. Bilbo, stay up. Then next I got The Last Summer of You and Me by Anne Brashares. Originally when I picked this up, I thought it was part of the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants series, but it's not. It's just a standalone Anne Brashares novel. But I did like the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants, so I thought I'd pick this up and give it a go. Then next I picked up Noah's Law by Randa Abdel Fattah. I have read some of this author's other books. I apologise if I'm butchering that. I think that's how you say it. I've read Does My Head Look Big in This? And 10 Things I Hate About Me. I think I've read both of those. And these books, this author writes books that show good perspectives on Australian, like, contemporary, I think it's Australian. Yes. Shows, like, an interesting side to Australian teens, especially with racism and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of where these books come from. And this one's based around a boy called Noah who is kind of on the wrong side of the tracks, and he gets involved in a killing at a mugging gone wrong, and he's trying to figure out what happened, what actually happened. Then next I picked up The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa in this little girlfriend exclusive edition. I don't really know why Girlfriend had an exclusive edition of The Immortal Rules, but they did, and it's teeny tiny, like, compare it to teeny tiny, but you just got a sneak peek. But this was there, and I've heard some good things about it, and I've been interested in picking it up. This is the first book in the Blood of Eden trilogy, and I just thought I should do it. It was there, it was $1, so I got it. Then next I picked up The Sweet Farthing by Libba Bray. This is the third book in the Gemma Doyle trilogy. Once again, a third book. I couldn't remember the order of these when I did pick it up, but this was the only one there. So I just got it, and I'll grab the other ones at some point, either secondhand or new, or I'll pick them up from the library or something of that sort. I'll find a way to read this whole trilogy, even though they're really big. These are historical fantasy, I think. Yes, young adult historical fantasy. Then next I picked up The Secrets of the Lazarus Club by Tony Pollard. I don't know that much about this other than that its cover looks very Jack the Ripper gothic looking. Yes. And it just sounds really good. It's about a secret society, kind of historical based, with murder and conspiracy and action, and I'm there. And next I picked up Black Swan Green by David Mitchell. This is the author that wrote The Cloud Atlas. I haven't read The Cloud Atlas yet, but I loved the movie, So I am very excited to read this. This follows a 13-year-old boy's life over 13 months, following like his movement from childhood to adolescence. So that's Black Swan Green. Yeah. And then I picked up Love Cuts by Ian Bone, which is a contemporary YA about following the idea of different types of love and how it is experienced, especially by teenagers. It's got a very short synopsis. That's about all I can tell you. But it looked interesting. It's in pretty good nick, and it just caught my attention. So I bought it. Then next I picked up Lux and Rumors, by Anna Godbersen. Anna Godbersen. I'm sorry. These are the first two books in the Lux quartet, I'm going to say. I think it was originally supposed to be a trilogy, but there are now 4 books. I've heard these are like Gossip Girl meets Downton Abbey or something like that. But anyway, look how gorgeous they look. I always thought they looked a bit trashy. Not trashy, but like... At the time when they first came out, they were kind of following a theme of some other book covers. But I've heard a lot of good things about these, and they are really pretty. Like, they're really pretty. So I'm excited. And then finally, I picked up The Bridge to Holy Cross, which is the sequel to The Bronze Horseman. I thought I'd picked up The Bronze Horseman. Turns out I apparently didn't, or at least I can't find it. So if I find it, consider it hauled, but it's nowhere to be seen as of the moment. So this series is a historical fiction adult set in World War II. This one is called Tatiana and Alexander in America, I think. But we call it The Bridge to the Holy Cross, or The Bridge to Holy Cross. This is the second in the trilogy. There is 3. I really wanted to read The Bronze Horseman because everyone's been talking about it. But it's disappeared off the face of the earth. So I will have to get a hold of that at some point, and then read that, and then this, and then the third one. And I need to read more historical fiction. I need to get it into my life. So that's a thing I'm going to do. Essentially, I picked up 16 books. 17 if we find The Bronze Horseman. Almost 17. All up, this haul, including an extra book that I got for my mother, cost me $20.50. So I got that a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Now let's see if I can hold the stack in my hands. Don't know how this is gonna work. We've knocked over Bilbo. I knew it was going to be the Immortal Rules that let me down. Ugh. Okay. Let's stack this back up again. Let's stick the Immortal Rules on top this time. Okay, so, they're all in the shot. Look at them, especially seeing as I'm sitting down. This is really difficult. I envy people who stand up to film their videos, but I have no nice backgrounds when I stand up. Look at them all. Look at them. My hip hurts. Oh. So yeah, that was my book haul. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed spending 45 minutes wandering around a book fair. It was glorious. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books. Tell me what I should read soonest, etc, because I'm really excited. What I'm also really excited for is the booktubeathon, which starts for me tonight at midnight, but I won't be up at midnight, let's be honest. So I'll start it tomorrow morning, first thing. as I'm getting ready for work, and then when I get home from work, and then when I get home from dinner, and all that kind of thing. So, yay for booktubeathon! I'm so excited! So that's about all I have for you today. I will see you in my next video where I do an update for the booktubeathon unless my books arrive from Book Depository. And then you'll have an unboxing. Yeah. Okay, bye!